LeBron James just dropped a bombshell about Caitlin Clark that's shaking up the basketball world. The King didn't hold back when talking about the Iowa sensation. What he said might surprise you and change how you see women's basketball forever. When LeBron speaks, the basketball world listens. And this time, he's turned his attention to Caitlin Clark, the rising star who's been making waves in the WNBA. His words carry weight, and they're sparking conversations across the sport. But what exactly did LeBron say about Clark? Why is it such a big deal? And how could it change the way we look at women's basketball? These are the questions everyone's asking right now. LeBron's take on Clark isn't just another celebrity opinion. It's a game changer that could reshape the landscape of the sport. Are you ready to dive into what the King had to say? Let's break it down. First up, LeBron was blown away by Clark's composure on the court. Remember, this is a rookie who just stepped into the WNBA spotlight, but according to LeBron, she's playing like a seasoned pro. He pointed out how Clark handled the pressure of her debut games against the Liberty. No jitters, no rookie mistakes, just pure basketball brilliance. But it's not just her calm under pressure that impressed LeBron. He couldn't stop talking about Clark's ability to read the game. We're talking about a player who sees plays develop before they happen. It's like she's got a basketball crystal ball out there. Now let's talk about that shot. You've seen it, I've seen it, and LeBron definitely noticed it. Clark's range is out of this world. She's not just making threes, she's draining them from way downtown. LeBron knows a thing or two about changing the game, and he sees that same potential in Clark's long-range shooting. But here's where it gets really interesting. LeBron didn't just praise Clark's on-court skills. He pointed out something that sets her apart from other rookies. In LeBron's words, "The one thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch, more people want to tune in." That's huge coming from one of the biggest names in basketball.
The one thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. More people want to tune in. That should be celebrated in its own right. From anyone that's, in sports that's flown commercial or flown, charter, Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA.
Think about it. How many rookies come into a league and immediately boost viewership? That's the kind of impact usually reserved for veterans and superstars. But Clark's doing it right out of the gate. LeBron even mentioned that the WNBA had its first ever chartered plane because of Clark. He said, "They had a chartered plane for the first time in their league history." Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA. That's not just skill, that's star power. So what does all this mean for Clark and the WNBA? Well, according to LeBron, we're looking at a player who could reshape women's basketball. He's comparing her potential impact to legends like Tamika Catchings. That's some seriously high praise. But here's the kicker. LeBron thinks Clark is just getting started. He sees her skill set as the foundation for something even bigger. In his eyes, Clark isn't just a great player, she's a game changer for the entire sport. You might think that going from college star to WNBA rookie is a smooth transition, but LeBron James has some eye-opening insights about Caitlin Clark's journey. The King didn't hold back when discussing the challenges Clark faces as she enters the pro league. What he revealed might surprise you and change how you view rookies in the WNBA. LeBron pointed out something most fans don't realize. Clark's transition to the WNBA has been lightning fast. There was no real offseason for her, LeBron said. Can you imagine going from a college season that starts in September through the intense tournament all the way to the national championship game and then jumping straight into WNBA games within a month? That's exactly what Clark did. But it's not just the physical toll that's tough. LeBron opened up about the emotional challenges Clark might face. He shared his own experiences of entering the NBA with similar hype. You know what's wild? LeBron said even his own teammates had doubts about him and showed some animosity. Now imagine Clark dealing with that from both teammates and opponents. It's a whole different ballgame when you're the new kid on the block with a target on your back. So what's LeBron's advice for Clark as she navigates this whirlwind transition? It's all about focus and hard work. In LeBron's words, Clark needs to put your blinders on, go to work, show up to work, punch your clock in, prepare yourself, work on your game, work on your craft, kind of keep your mouth shut, and just learn from the vets.
My advice to Caitlin, and my advice to anyone that comes in with this, this level of notoriety, put your blinders on, go to work, show up to work, punch your clock in, prepare yourself, work on your game, work on your craft, because everybody is looking for you to say anything and they're gonna splice it and cut it and make it a negative thing.
That's some solid advice from one of the greatest to ever do it. But there's more to it than just putting in the hours. LeBron stressed the importance of avoiding distractions. He suggested Clark should just go have fun and enjoy the game and not get caught up in any negative talk. It's easy to get pulled into drama when you're in the spotlight, but LeBron's advice is clear. Stay above it all and let your game do the talking. Let's not forget about the pressure. LeBron acknowledged that Clark is facing some serious expectations. When you come into the league with as much hype as Clark, everyone's watching your every move. LeBron's advice: stay humble and learn from the experienced players in the league. It's not just about skills on the court, it's about navigating the pro basketball world off the court. Remember, we're watching history in the making with Clark's transition to the WNBA, and with LeBron James sharing his perspective, we're getting a rare glimpse into what it really takes to make it at the highest level. Keep your eyes on Clark as she continues her journey. If LeBron's right, we're in for quite a ride. Remember how we said LeBron's thoughts on Caitlin Clark could reshape women's basketball? Well, buckle up, because we're about to see just how deep this game-changing impact goes. LeBron James isn't just impressed by Clark's skills, he sees her as a catalyst for major changes in the WNBA. In his own words, Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA. That's huge coming from one of the greatest players of all time. But what exactly does LeBron mean by great things? For starters, he points out how Clark is already boosting viewership. More people want to watch women's basketball because of her. Think about that for a second. How many rookies come into a league and immediately make people tune in? That's star power, plain and simple. And it's not just about eyeballs on screens. LeBron highlighted a massive milestone that happened because of Clark. He said, "I saw for the first time that they had a chartered plane for the first time in their league history, and it's because of Caitlin Clark." That's right, Clark's impact is already changing how the WNBA operates. But here's where it gets really interesting. LeBron sees Clark as part of a bigger picture. He's not just talking about one player making waves, he's talking about a shift in the entire sport. Players like Clark are changing the game, bringing new levels of skill, excitement, and attention to women's basketball. What does this mean for the future of the WNBA? Well, if you ask LeBron, it's looking bright. He's comparing Clark's potential impact to legends like Tamika Catchings. That's some seriously high praise. LeBron believes Clark has the power to turn her franchise around, just like Catchings did. But it's not just about individual success. LeBron's comments suggest he sees players like Clark as the key to growing the WNBA as a whole. More viewers, better resources, increased interest, all of this could lead to a stronger, more competitive league. Of course, it's not all smooth sailing. LeBron acknowledges the challenges Clark will face. He draws parallels to his own early career, talking about the high expectations and potential animosity from established players, but he believes Clark has what it takes to overcome these hurdles and make a lasting impact. So what do you think? Is Clark living up to the hype? Do you agree with LeBron that she could reshape women's basketball? And what other changes do you hope to see in the WNBA as players like Clark continue to make their mark? One thing's for sure, we're watching history in the making. Whether you're a die-hard WNBA fan or just getting interested in the sport, players like Caitlin Clark are giving us plenty of reasons to tune in. And with LeBron James singing her praises, you know it's going to be an exciting ride. So keep your eyes on the court, folks. If LeBron's right, we're about to witness a new era of women's basketball. And trust me, you won't want to miss a second of it. LeBron James isn't just praising Caitlin Clark's current skills, he's looking into her future. And what he sees is seriously exciting. The King has some bold predictions about Clark's WNBA career that might surprise you. Let's take a closer look at what LeBron thinks is in store for this rising star. First up, LeBron believes Clark has the potential to completely turn her franchise around. He's drawing parallels to another WNBA legend, saying, "I hope she turns that franchise around to where Tamika Catchings had it at one point." That's some high praise right there. Catchings is a WNBA icon who led the Indiana Fever to multiple playoff appearances and a championship. Is LeBron suggesting Clark could do the same? But it's not just about team success. LeBron sees Clark as a game changer for the entire league. He points out that she's already making waves, mentioning, "I saw for the first time that they had a chartered plane for the first time in their league history, and it's because of Caitlin Clark." This isn't just about on-court performance. LeBron's predicting Clark will bring major improvements to how the WNBA operates. What's really interesting is how LeBron connects Clark's potential to increased viewership. He noted, "Just have fun, enjoy. More people want to watch, more people want to tune in." The King seems to think Clark has the star power to bring new fans to the sport. Could we be looking at record-breaking attendance and TV ratings in Clark's future? But let's not forget, LeBron knows the path won't be easy. He's quick to point out the challenges Clark will face, drawing from his own experiences. LeBron revealed, "My teammates for sure. There's video evidence of my teammates basically saying like he's not ready.
My teammates for sure. There's video evidence of my teammates basically saying like, he's not ready, all this hype, we've been here, all this, so my own teammates that I had to like be on the floor with, practicing with, on the planes with. Like you said, you want to say hate, but just like animosity, like towards me and what I could provide.
He suggests Clark will face similar hurdles but can overcome them through hard work and perseverance. So what milestones could we see from Clark if LeBron's predictions come true? We might be talking about multiple All-Star appearances, MVP awards, and maybe even a championship or two, but more than that, LeBron seems to think Clark could be the face of a new era in women's basketball, one with more resources, more fans, and more recognition. How do these predictions stack up against other WNBA legends? Well, if Clark lives up to LeBron's expectations, we could be looking at a career that rivals the likes of Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, or Lisa Leslie. These are players who not only dominated on the court, but also helped grow the game off it. Remember, we're just at the start of Clark's pro journey, but with LeBron James making these bold predictions, all eyes will be on her as she steps onto the court. Will she live up to the hype? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, it's going to be exciting to watch. LeBron's words about Caitlin Clark aren't just praise, they're a glimpse into the future of basketball. So what exactly did the King say? He highlighted Clark's impact on viewership and resources, noting how she's already bringing more eyes to the WNBA, but it's not just about numbers. LeBron sees Clark as a transformative figure, comparing her potential to legends like Tamika Catchings. He believes she could reshape her franchise and the league as a whole. What does this mean for women's basketball? We're talking about a new era where players like Clark are changing the game, bringing unprecedented skill and excitement. The landscape of women's basketball is evolving, and Clark is at the forefront. What do you think about this shift? Are we witnessing the dawn of a new age in the sport?